Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So right now we're in Astra school to have an interview with one of the most famous teachers, Miss Markhabo.
Thank you.
So we're glad to see you in here because everyone was passionately waiting for this interview. So could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Markhabo and I am an 8 holder. So here I teach English and SAT, especially math section. So it's pretty much it.
Okay, so if you're ready, let's get started.
Yeah, sure.
So Ms. Markhabo, we have questions from your students, so first I'm going to ask them. So Ms. Markhabo, my first question is, what made you interested in learning languages and how did you start your IELTS journey?
Okay, thank you for the question. It's an interesting one. So my fascination with foreign languages goes back to my childhood, I guess. As my parents, both of them are like fluent in several foreign languages. But you know, when I recall my childhood, I think that the first time when I got really interested in learning English language was when I was watching a program called Davr, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. So back then, like we had the only source of information and it was only TV. And you know, there was one journalist named bukhara, and his English was so good, and right then I just decided that someday I will be able to express my opinions and feelings as fluently as he did. So I guess it paved the way to learning a language, I guess.
So Ms. Markhabo, who was your first teacher then?
Oh, you know, I guess it's very hard to remember my first teacher because I guess we had a couple of lessons, English lessons in our primary school. So, sorry, I can actually count the most influential ones, but not the first one. Sorry for that.
Okay. Can you count like only those who influenced you greatly then?
Okay, sure. So the first one that I can remember is probably Ahmed Raukovic. He used to teach me grammar, and then Firdaus Nauroza, and I really owe a big thank you to him for like helping me to develop my speech, because when I like attended his courses, I just only knew grammar, nothing else. So, and the next one is of course our teachers, Alisher and Muhammad Ali teachers. And I feel extremely grateful to them. Yeah.
So Ms. Markhabo, why did you choose to become a teacher?
Oh, you know, I've created a whole post about it in my channel, and I hope that you will promote mine in yours.
Of course.
So, you know, the primary reason is that I think I wanted to make a difference in somebody's life. So. And I think that teaching is the most rewarding profession that has ever existed.
So Ms. Markhabo, have you ever felt anxious before your exam, and what do you advise to our students to overcome it?
Okay, yes. Actually, I'm an expert in being anxious, unfortunately. But, you know, I think one tip will help all the students to overcome this exam stress, and it would be just not making big deal out of it. So what I mean is just take it easy, and it's just an exam, and if you fail, you're gonna do it again.
So Ms. Markhabo, it's well known by many that your favorite section in this exam is reading. So can you tell the reason why do you like reading so much?
In my opinion, reading is beneficial in many aspects. So first of all, you can get many ideas from reading a particular text related to a particular certain topic. And secondly, it's the easiest section of all, I guess, because all you have to do is just work with the text. It means that you can, if you miss like particular questions, you can go back to the spot and you can reread it. And then you can spot the answers there. So, and I think reading is also beneficial in terms of like grammar. You can get a lot of useful grammatical structures from passages, I guess.
Miss Markhabo, in your first attempt you got 8 in reading section, and when you retook your exam you got 9. And what helped you to improve your reading skills? Can you give some tips or techniques for our subscribers?
Yes, absolutely. I think that many students look for the secret sauce, but it doesn't exist. Sorry guys to disappoint you, but you know, the key is consistency, I guess. So it means that a lot of practice and determination to do it, and please have little faith in yourself, because like reading is not that difficult as you think it is.
Miss Markhabo, we know that you have passion for English, and how did you end up studying in economics?
Yeah, you know, you are right. I was very passionate about English, and I also was really keen on learning math, and I think that it was easily coming to me. So that's why economics was the only option that could combine both math and English, and we were tested on those 2 subjects. So probably it's the only reason why I chose economics, because I didn't want to give up on both of them. So yeah.
The most intriguing question. Miss Markhabo, are you a strict teacher?
Well, I don't consider myself as a strict teacher, but you know, I'm a supporter of an idea that every student should feel free during the class, because like if they're free, they can express their opinions, they can learn, they can interact, right? So, but when I feel that I'm being taken advantage of, I am clear to set my boundaries. So I don't allow students to cross them, right?
So, Miss Markhabo, like we know that you got high score in listening part, yes? But, so can you share some tips that helped you to improve your listening skills?
So listening skills require concentration. We all already know that. But there are some techniques that you can use in order to get a better score, the higher score. So what I would recommend is just try to make sure to read the questions first beforehand when you have like extra time, and then try to memorize the answers, and then try to focus on the track itself, not the questions. So I think this tip will help you to to improve your listening skills, I guess. And another point would be just get yourself immersed in the English language context. So get a lot of exposure.
So you're also a speaking teacher, yes? And can you give some advice to students who lack ideas in speaking?
Yeah, I think that the good idea would be just to read more. I know how cliche it sounds, but another point would be just to get a lot of life experience. What I mean is, for example, if you're given the cue card about like an activity, outdoor activity, then you should probably like go out and do some horse riding, for example, and it would be an interesting experience for you. Plus you you will have something to talk about. So yeah, pretty much this.
So, Ms. Markhabo, could you please tell us about the research work that you focused during your master's degree?
Yeah, totally. I can talk about my thesis work. The topic was theoretical and methodological basis of sustainable development through the introduction to a green economy. I think it was one of the most crucial and actual problem in our world, and I talked about legal frameworks which were introduced in our country, in Uzbekistan, in order to transition to a green economy. So, yeah.
Can you give some recommendations for students who are preparing for the SAT exam?
Yeah, sure. So the first recommendation would be just use official guides official materials, and there are a lot of online courses available on the internet, then, if you are not disciplined enough, then you should probably seek professional guidance. By consistency and discipline, you can achieve your desired score, I guess.
So, Ms. Markhabo, as a teacher, how do you create environment that fosters a success for students taking SAT?
As I mentioned earlier, so I try to create a friendly atmosphere in my classes. And when we are solving math problems, I never prioritize my method. What I mean is, I give the freedom to students to choose any method that they can come up with. So it means that we can actually have more than two options, two solutions for the same question, which creates more convenience for students, I guess, because everyone's perception is different, and students will opt for the choice that they are comfortable with and they find the easiest one.
The sore point of candidates is laziness. Did you have any difficulties while preparing for this exam, and how did you overcome your laziness?
It's not like boasting or something, but I never had problems with laziness because, when I have a target, when I have an aim, there is nothing stopping me from getting it. So laziness is for those, it's just an excuse, I guess, for those who don't want something so passionately, so fervently. So all you have to do is just see your aim and go for it. So laziness is just an excuse, I guess.
So, Ms. Markhabo, what do you think the best time for studying to make it more effective?
I guess it differs from person to person, and it's absolutely individual. So, when it comes to me, I'm more productive in the first half of the day. So it means I can fulfill all of my chores till afternoon, I guess. So, and I think you should probably choose the time that you are comfortable and that you are most productive. And I can't tell any specific time. But I think mornings are the most suitable time to do study. And because you awaken after a good night's sleep and you are full of energy, so it will work well, I guess. So again, it depends on you.
Could you tell us about your preparation for writing section and what kind of sources did you use in order to prepare for it?
Well, I think I will go with the obvious options. So it's analyzing the sample answers of those who have great scores in writing. And I actually experiment with freestyle writing every day. So I keep diary and I have my blog where I can express my opinion, and it's pretty much it. It's all about practicing, I guess, and working on your weak points. I mean, if it's grammar, then you should probably revise rules. If it is lexical resource, then again, you should work on it. So it's pretty much it.
And again, due to many requests, can you give us some tips for heading? Because many students find it extremely difficult.
Yeah, sure. So for headings, it's important to understand the text itself, I guess. But if you're wondering whether there are some techniques that you can use, then I would probably say just read the first sentence and the last sentence. Most of the time, the meaning of the text is included there. But overall, I guess for headings, you need good comprehension. And what I do with my students is that I suggest them to write one sentence as a conclusion to each paragraph that they read. It really helps them to develop this skill for concluding the passage, and it's also useful for their writing.
Miss Markhabo, let's move on to more personal questions. So, what are you most thankful for?
Well, I always count my blessings, so I'm extremely grateful for the life I have. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful that I'm able to develop professionally and personally here, and I'm really grateful for everyone that is actually in my life, that are actually in my life.
Okay, so what is your biggest regret?
Will you believe me if I say, like, I don't have regrets? If I get to live this life once again, I would probably choose this path, not another one. Right? So regrets are just a waste of time, I guess.
Okay, so are you the same person outside the school?
Well, it's a little bit hard to judge myself, but like, I think that I am pretty much the same person outside of school, and I don't like to be pretending someone I'm not. But I guess with my children, I'm a little bit stricter though, I guess.
Miss Markhabo, have you ever regretted choosing to become a teacher?
Well, honestly, there were times when I had my doubts about whether I am in the right path or not. But, you know, at the end of the day, I realized that I had the power to make a difference in someone's life, and it's the only thing that keeps me going. And I think that all the obstacles that we overcome during this path, on this path, is worthwhile.
Okay, so what do you think your main achievement is?
Everyone's perception of achievement varies, and so for some it's like recognition, fame, money, or social status, or something else, material things. But you know, I don't think that I have achieved something great to brag about. The only achievement I have, I think, is just I try to get through the day and continue what I do. So yeah, I think it's the only achievement I can count.
So, Miss Markhabo, we know that you work with several partners. So, can you tell one person with whom do you feel comfortable with?
So, you know, I'm really fortunate to be working with such brilliant partners and colleagues, co-workers. I think we would make a great team with all of them. But I really would like to accentuate Ms. Shahina, and I'm really comfortable working with her. It's like we have the same vibe, and right from the moment we just hit it off. And I think that yeah, we will have more great achievements together, I hope.
And the last question for today's interview is there someone special at school that makes you feel comfortable?
Well, yeah, every corner of the school is special to me. Like, it has a different vibe, and I'm really grateful to have a chance to work here. So yeah, I think that, like, each of my students, my colleagues, my teachers, all of them are special to me.
Ms. Markhabo, thank you for participation. I think our subscribers enjoyed the interview.
Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor to be your guest today. So I would probably go with one of the cliche lines, which states that no matter what happens, just get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. Thank you.
Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your attention, guys, and hit the subscribe, smash the like button, and don't forget to share with your friends. And if you want to see someone in our next interview, just write in the comments below, so we'll definitely have an interview with that person.